best parts of hanging out with these guys without the hangover.
Hey, tickle me, Sasquatch. What's going on?
That's better than the intro I was going to do. I don't. I had this whole dramatic reading type thing that I was going to do, but Tickle Me Sasquatch is, especially since I'm wearing the Goat Man Lives shirt.
Mm-hmm. We're just going to stick with that.
Yeah.
Welcome to another episode of two 40-something-year-old men trying to be relevant. I am Zig. That is Larry.
Oh, we've had a good day, haven't we, buddy?
Well, my kitchen keeps trying to upsell me, and I had to tattle on a grown man today. But outside of that, I'm fucking great.
There's a lot of layers here.
Yeah.
My kitchen kept trying to upsell me, and I had to tattle on a full-grown man.
The goddamn, I can't even. She who will not be spoken. The dot. Jeff Bezos' fucking listening device. Can't ask her anything anymore without saying, "Hey, did you also know you could buy this for me?" Fuck you, bitch. Fuck you, and everybody looks like you. So
toasters.
Just she keeps informing me of all the things that she can do and how much it costs. Like, do you want me to keep talking? I'm done with you. Like, outside of telling me the weather once a day, what the fuck is this thing actually doing for me? I don't do anything else with it, really. And I live in Florida. But what's the weather today? She's like, it's going to be hot. It might rain. Like, cool, thanks.
So Florida. Great. Yeah. It's Florida.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I had to tattle on. Actually, I had to have my wife tattle on a grown man. That's where we're at.
What? Okay, I need some details and some context.
Dropped off the car at the shop, at the dealership shop, 3 weeks ago now. Almost 3 weeks. 3 weeks ago to the day, actually. I got it back. No, I got it back. I went there for just routine maintenance, and because a couple of the speakers, it's still under warranty. A couple of the speakers blew in the back. They just sounded like shit, but they're under warranty. The guy's like, "Yeah, absolutely. This is totally covered. No worries. Everything is covered, but I don't have the speakers here." We actually checked the front. Those are about to go too, so I figured, what the hell, since they're all just included in your warranty. I ordered 4, but they're coming from Chicago, so it takes about 4 or 5 days, but I'll give you a buzz when they're in. Like, okay.
All right.
So I waited 2 weeks and didn't hear anything, so I left him a message. Waited a day, nothing. Left him a message. Waited a day, nothing. Left him a message. Another day, nothing. Called the parts department. Nobody gets back to me from there either. So finally, I'm just like, wife, would you call? Maybe you call. Maybe he likes you more than me. Same thing. Over the course of a week and a half, called this guy 4 or 5 times, plus the parts department, and nobody called me back. So Andrew's like, fuck it, I'm calling the general manager. Good. Absolutely. Yeah. We're actually talking to the manager, who got back to us today. We have it. He's like, yeah, speakers are here. We can put them in next week if you want. I'm like, yeah, that'd be great. Let's do that.
Jesus.
It just pisses me off. So it's like, now we have to walk in there and look at this guy who's going to be like, you got me in trouble. Like, well, you're a fucking shit at your job, stupid.
Yeah.
I don't shit in my car, put the speakers in, and leave me alone.
The last time I dealt with a dealership service department, I walked right back in after they were supposed to have fixed my car, and then something else was broken. And I walked in and said, hey, why did this happen? And they were like, well, we don't know. And I was like, it was under your care for the past 3 days. This is wrong with it. And the guy was like, well, I can't be held responsible. And I was like, well, you can. And I've got a 10-pound sledgehammer in the back of my Prius that says you'll be held responsible. Now, do we proceed as gentlemen, or do I go get this hammer and go full on Thor on your fucking maintenance department? Then he was like, oh, well, okay, sir. I was like, my wife's waiting outside for me, and we got things to do tonight, so you got 2 choices. And he was like, nope, we'll get it taken care of. We'll make sure it's under warranty and whatever. If anything's our fault, we'll make sure it's taken care of. And I was like, very good. See, now I'm glad we understand each other. And that was the last time we ever went back to them. We just go to our regular certified mechanic that we use.
I might have to just go to someplace, but I bought the warranty, so you know what I mean?
Right.
I feel like I'm like, everybody's like, I think this just comes from being a middle-aged man. When you're like, I can't be everybody's brain and everybody's gumption.
Mm-hmm.
But that just seems so shitty to say out loud. So like, others before us have had the same problem, I'm guessing. And it's just, but I'm so old. All I want is to be left alone. But now we're this age, so it's like, but we're in this generation, so it's all I want to do is be left alone and play video games. Before it was read, possibly before that it was hit the slaves. It was things like that, just stuff that you had to do to relax at the end of a week.
Sure,
but you can't. But you can't because we live in the age of progress.
Yeah, well, and that's and that, like I said, we got the extended warranty. We got the warranty on Nick's car. We got the extended warranty on the Prius, and our mechanic that we use that is not associated with a dealership. They are certified to be able to work under any warranty.
Okay, they're getting paid from Toyota regardless.
The Toyota, well, the extended warranty is a private company at this point.
Oh, okay.
Just because the Prius now has nearly 200,000 miles on it
in a row.
Yeah, and knock on wood, we're gonna try and keep it around for another 100,000.
Is it the first one that ever came off the line?
Wait, come on, Papa drives to tell the teehees. So
I know that's a lot though. What year is it?
2011. So yeah, about 10 years.
About twice the average. Okay, yeah, well done. Oh God, what old man speak we're doing. Somebody please come in here and just stab me in the balls with a stiletto. Something.
With a stiletto.
Yeah.
Like a knife or the heel.
Whatever you got handy. I'm not going to micromanage.
I'm not going to kink shame you. Either way.
You should.
Buddy, I don't know if you can tell by my eyes, but I got off work, from the day job a little over an hour ago, and I'm on my sixth cocktail.
You're Mamon?
I'm Mamon.
Good for you.
I'm on my sixth cocktail.
Good for you.
I didn't want to clean up the copper mugs, so we're having a little Moscow Mule, which I know is not politically correct currently, considering what Russia's doing. But
it's called a Putin has cancer donkey. I think is what we're calling it now. Yeah.
We're going to call it Putin's ass.
Mm-hmm. Do we know he has cancer of? Can it be the balls? Do we just say the balls?
Yeah. Putin, I'm going to say it officially. Putin has cancer of the tiny, tiny balls.
Mm-hmm. That'll do it. He's 3'9".
He's 3'9".
He's 3'9", and shirtless, he's 3'7", which doesn't make any sense, but science says so.
That's taller than I would assumed.
He is tiny. He's like Tom Cruise short.
Yeah, his penis though, it's an innie, right?
I would say once science finds it, they'll have a better answer for you.
Very
right
good.
Now,
so we'll use if we can turn the Hubble around and look in.
Because they replaced the Hubble, they got nothing else to do with it. They got get the Hubble and I don't know, Fauci. Somebody with
Hubble, Fauci, and some of those little tweezers from the Operation game, and see if we can find Putin's crank.
Look for Angry Ruski's pecker and see what we got. Thank you very much.
I don't care.
Ruski the Smurf.
Let him come at me. Let him come at me. You fuckers. Yeah, fucking fucks. So see, you can tell Daddy's has had a few cocktails and not a whole lot of sustenance.
Let's go on anger. I'm just gonna hit you. Ted Nugent, go.
Oh, that motherfucker. Here's the thing though, after our conversation with Ted Nugent, up in my YouTube feed popped up and a Joe Rogan interview. Don't hold that against me, but it was with Henry Rollins. And so it was like Rollins gives his opinion on Ted Nugent. And I was like, well, now I'm curious. And to listen to him, not to like let me quote other podcasts, but he's talking to Rogan about it. And he's like, yeah, I met the man. And it was because I guess Rollins was doing some show where he was sitting down with people that he knew that he wouldn't agree with, but let's, have a conversation and such. When I was like, that's cool. Cause it's Rollins, I respect that. And I respect Rollins.
You can have an intelligent conversation with somebody who disagrees with you.
Yeah.
That should happen.
Well, there's a part of my act. If I do the full thing, where I'm like, I've got friends on the left, I got friends on the right, because I'm what's called what's the term? Hold on. A reasonable fucking person. So that's, but he's like, I knew the things that he had said, but I guess Nugent called him and was like, "Do you think I'm a bad person?" And he was like, "I don't even know you. Why would I say you're a bad person? I just wanted to have you on the show." And he was like, "Well, I can't, my schedule won't allow me to come on your show, but will you come on mine?" Absolutely. Because I guess at the time he was doing some radio shit or satellite radio or something. And Rollins was like, "This is," when I walked in, he was gracious and kind and funny and intelligent. And he said, of course, for Rollins, that's his generation. He's like, Ted Nugent's one of my like musical heroes. He said, but what boggles my mind is the repugnant bullshit that he spouts, knowing how gracious and kind and funny and intelligent this man is. And then he says shit like, "Yo, Barack Obama's a mongrel and can suck on my machine gun." And it's like, what the fuck, my guy? And he said, I cannot get my fucking brain around the fact that he is this person over here, but then says this repugnant shit. And I was like, God, which is the perfect answer.
Well, if this was the 1500s, we would just say that his humors are misaligned and he has too much black bile in his squeezy hole.
And then we give him an overhand toss of leeches towards his dick.
Overhand toss the leech. Overhand, no, you whip those. The three fingers.
An overhand.
You whip them. A handful of leeches.
That's you give it the slider. You got to give it a slider in there.
You make sure he catches some meat. You want to get a couple on the taint.
I never played baseball. I don't know.
I don't even know what it is. I think it has something to do with hitting
the taint.
Women.
We just talked over each other. I have no idea what we're asking.
I was at a baseball game a couple times.
I went to Wrigley for
I liked going to Wrigley. I did.
Dude.
But I liked being at a game with my buddies. I never really got into like going to the game, but once, in your 20s when you're like, well, beer's $8, but I'm with my friends, so who gives a shit? That's fine. I enjoy that. Well, I would go if somebody gave me a ticket right now. The ticket's the cheapest goddamn part.
Yeah. Well, and I think I've talked about it on our show where Jeffrey had been tipped tickets to a Cubs game. I just happened to be coming up. We went to it was an afternoon game, daytime game. We sat in the opposing team section with some season ticket holders, and they found out that it was my first game at Wrigley. And this dude is some rich fucking cocksucker. I say cocksucker. He was a real nice dude. But like,
wait a minute. Those two things don't smell the same.
Well, but his wife was sitting next to his
cocksucker. Was a real nice dude.
This cocksucking motherfucker was a real nice son of a prick. So his wife was like, "Oh, it's your first game," and she nudges him. It's like, "David, this is his first game," and he leans forward. He's like, "Holy shit, this is your first game at Wrigley? Well, beers are on me. Hey." And he's yelling at the guy, and he's like, I'll give you $50 if you just send like 6 beers down this way. Just send them down this way." And then we're having
from Arkansas? Is that the accent we're doing?
Yeah. That's my deep South accent. Did you not pick up on that?
Sounds like you butt fuck Fargo. I'm not sure exactly what I liked it, but I'm trying to nail it down.
Yeah.
I obviously know it wasn't Arkansas. It's the panhandle of Oklahoma.
Thank you for understanding, and I would appreciate it if you didn't criticize my dialect.
No, I'm not. I'm just parked with you
because that was pretty good. That was
pretty good.
Yeah, no, I know. No,
never met him.
And I'm fucking with you, buddy. I'm fucking with you because I'm 6 cocktails in. Wait,
he's from the panhandle of Arizona. That fucking thing's a square.
You ever been to the panhandle of Arizona?
No. Yes.
Oh my God! It's the beautiful oceanfront property.
I had a panhandle shoved up my ass in Arizona. That's what it was.
Oh, you too? Mm-hmm. That's what happens when you don't pay your debts at those casinos.
Correct. You too. It was Bono. And
it was Bono who shoved a panhandle up my ass in Arizona.
And the Edge put it on Vine. That's how long ago it was. It was
oh my God! Yeah. Well, you remember the soup? That's where mine popped up. Was the soup?
Nice.
But Craig Kilborn. That's how old my clip was. That was back when Bono was in his prime. He was that's like panhandle up the ass, and then he stuck two fingers and sang, "I still haven't found what I'm looking for," and that's how I lost my virginity.
Mm-hmm. I know. Every time you tell that story, I get a little weepy.
I know, but in the pants, that's where.
No, that's just a constant leakage. I'm talking.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah,
there's a usual drip out of several holes.
It sounds to me like you need some leeches tossed overhand.
I wouldn't be so upset if the dripping wasn't yellowish.
But I think that's normal.
I'm the only man I know that needs a diva cup.
How do you get it up there?
How
do you get it up there?
I just more go on there with a HVAC tape.
Yeah. So that's not a diva cup. That's a moose cup from Hardee's from 1983.
Yeah, that I've just used reflective tape to attach to my dick, and then I just empty it once every, let's say, moon.
And it's all the reason you call it a diva cup is because you just look at someone and go, "Would you smell this, you bitch?"
Yeah, I mean, that could be the reason that day. I just you can't just say, the thing is though, is that you got to go across the border because the Tim Hortons cups are really, those are the ones that hold the most liquid. Well,
they're most absorbent for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm glad I brought the emergency beer down with me. This cocktail's going down real quick.
Good for you.
The previous 5 did as well, or 6. I lost count. That's what type of episode we're about to have.
Let's be honest. Did you do 5 in an hour?
Yeah.
There wasn't a little bit before the logging off there? Really?
Nope. I honestly I put my nose to the grindstone this afternoon. Really tried to eastbound and down that shit, and that's by the way, singing eastbound and down at the top of my lungs is the only way to keep myself awake a few times in the car last weekend.
Nice.
Eastbound and down, loaded up and trucking, I'm the snowman.
Yeah, head sticking out the window, screaming, "Don't fall asleep, pulling up cubes one at a time, throwing them at children who just want to hear the horn hark. Horn honk? Yeah,
the horn heart. The horn heart. Horn heart is what I got. That's what I was diagnosed with as a kid.
I was going for a whole trucker thing, and then I just immediately screwed up myself. Yeah.
So I feel like I need to make a choice with this beard.
Okay.
Do I trim it down and make it look a little bit more presentable?
No.
Or do I let it grow again and just let it get big and fucking stupid?
Yes.
Okay. With that said,
easy choice for me. Yes.
With that said, do I now grow the skullet out?
I don't know if we need that. I don't know if anybody needs that. I think that we remember during the pandemic, by skullet he means Larry's a bald man, but he does have. He's got scorched earth if he lets it happen. But I mean, you shave it, which is correct.
Yeah.
There's no shame in going bald. Just don't try to hide it.
Super thick. No, I just accepted it long ago.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's super thick around the temples, all the way around to the back. The top, Caesar, as I say, and I know I say this in my act, and I'm not running bits, and I don't mean to, but there's one lonely island that connects to no other land masses right up here. Good. In the middle front, and it doesn't even do cool Bill Murray shit. It just kind of sits there and goes,
Yeah, you don't want to do that to yourself. I mean, your self-esteem is already razor thin. I would say that what you got going now is probably the goal. Unless you get one of those like spray-on hair things and just do that, because you do need about a month's worth of growth for that something to hang on to. And that would just be for the day, though. That would just be for the day to see.
A little spray on hair like Don Bassford of Donnie B's Comedy Club, or Donnie B's defunct comedy club.
He sprayed his hair on?
Mm-hmm.
And told people? I would assume it's hard to hide.
No, he would dye his hair jet black.
Mm-hmm.
After, like, over the summer, he would let it go natural and then be like, it's sun bleached. And like, no. It's not. And then in the winter, he would dye it jet black and then he would do the spray on hair to make sure that he filled in the cracks. And yes, I'm talking shit about a club owner because turns out not a great guy.
Okay. Well, I mean, I do kind of, I respect the fact that you take your hair, if you got nothing else to go for you, you treat it like an accessory. You know what I mean? Like a cap or your favorite bracelet or anklet or diva cup. Like today I'm gonna wear it, but maybe tomorrow I won't. But just say that. It's like, oh, I decided to dye my hair black. Well, I don't fucking care because I didn't want to be gray.
Yeah.
3 months later, I didn't give a shit anymore. We went back to gray. Like, okay.
I've thought about doing that like washout color for my beard. Just like one day, just fuck it, go blue. Just do like blue and then come home, wash it out one night.
You can do that with Kool-Aid. At least I used to do that.
Yeah, I remember we used to do that shit.
It's really
That's
stupid.
why I'm bald now.
Well, then why am I not bald? Because I'm stupid.
No, you just because God loves you.
No, that is definitely not true.
Because God felt sorry for you and was like, I don't know, let him keep his hair.
I'll give him something.
Let the other one's got all the other. He's got stuff. Let this one keep his hair and don't let him go gray yet.
No. There's a couple in the beard. There's a couple. Yeah. I'm looking for more. I'm trying to cultivate them.
Well, if you need some, I've got it in spades right here, Bubba.
Nice.
That's what my favorite is when I brush it out, because you gotta take care of it. I take good care of the beard. Do a lot of beard care.
Get the nits out of it and the small animals and things.
Yeah. I found a chipmunk the other day. His name is Philip.
Gnawing on some old cashew halves that had just been nestled in there since last Christmas.
Well, I eat a lot of road food, a lot of gas station snacks, and so honey roasted cashew is one of my go-to.
Aggressively mispronouncing that word
is a go-to, and that shit, it fumbles out. Especially at 3 a.m. when you're just trying to get someplace to sleep and you're just and it's just dribbling out, and then you do one of these and you think you knock it out down onto your belly, and it just wiggles its way back in here, and then next thing you know, you wake up at a truck stop with sore orifices, a note that says sorry for the mess, and a chipmunk living inside your beard.
That seems like it would work as a country song, but it might be a little bit too high concept.
Yeah.
But you did 3 weird things in a row, which is all you really need. 3 shitty weird things in a row.
Yep. And this is, I just described road comedy for you.
Nice. All right.
Yep. Let me finish this cocktail.
Sure. You want to throw it over to our boys in the do we have a sponsor? He's finishing that cocktail. Jesus Christ. Yeah, there you go.
Do we have a sponsor?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Do we ever have a sponsor? We have the best sponsor in America. I dare I say in the continental United States, dare I say all of North and South America, dare I say all the way to the Pacific Isles.
Even better than Adam and Eve.com?
AdamandEve.com. Are you guys looking for spliffs that go in your butt?
What?
Adam and Eve.
At this point, I feel like Adam and Eve is just like a warehouse with 3 guys in it, just looking at all the dildos.
And they all 3 look like us somehow.
What are you doing? Collecting money. I don't know.
I don't even know. I'm cataloging rubber dicks and sending them out to lonely people.
We still have a whole room that's just VHSs. It's just VHS.
It's so many, though. In 10 more years, we'll be able to sell them as retro.
That's when you know you fucked up. Hey, Kyle, go sort the porn laser discs. Oh, man. Of course, sort them how? I don't know, by size. But they're all... Get the fuck out of here, Kyle.
Beat it, Kyle. Fucking Kyle. Yeah, we're going to toss it over to our good friends at Spliff Society. This is me waiting so I can get a good timestamp.
Stretch.
.org. Let's talk about spliffsociety.org. Spliff Society offers unmatched quality with these 100% natural leaf spliffs, hand-picked and hand-rolled by professional artisans. All of our spliffs are toasted to provide a perfect harmonic balance of low smoke and relaxed flavor, so they won't interfere with your favorite herb. 100% organic, all-natural spliff and filter. No glue, no wax, no chemicals, definitely no bullshit. Our spliffs are velvet to the touch, burn slowly, and they have an even, smooth pull, fitting the bill as the best on the planet. Stop wasting your time and money splitting and licking those tired rolls ever again. Our spliffs allow for a clean and quick pack every time. Made to smoke, packed to share. Enjoy.
There it is.
And we're back.
Hey, we threw it to them, but I think that was our voices.
I don't recognize any of them.
No. A lot of those are hazy at best.
Hey, I know we're just back from the break, and normally we would go to our topic, but I'm not ready. And it's my go today. So fuck you, whoever complained.
Okay.
I didn't mean it. I'm sorry. We need listeners. Oh, that's a sour beer. I picked a sour beer. Oh,
let's watch Larry descend.
Tart tropical twist. That's actually that's a maneuver that I learned in Decatur.
It is. It'll break your ankle quicker than shit if you're not careful.
Yeah. You got to get that toe point.
Yeah, you get your dick stuck in a papaya that way,
and that's how you get pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
So this past week, my eldest offspring turned 21. We took him out.
Very good.
And at the end of the evening, and I'm not going to say I'm disappointed, because this kid is he's a better human being than you and I will ever be.
Does not shock me. I'm not going to argue the fact.
I feel like I did something right. But at the end of the night, he was like, I just don't think I'm going to finish this cocktail. I just don't want to get too crazy.
And
how'd
you do that?
I don't know. I
feel like it's winning a carnival game. Like, you shouldn't be able to, but every once in a while you do fucking knock over the rubber donkey. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because you look in the car and he's just standing there like, how the fuck did you do that? I have to give you the big gorilla. I have to give it to you, but God, that seems like witchcraft. What happened?
Was it his first cocktail?
No.
Okay, there's at least that.
I just think that he's seen me he's the eldest, and so he has seen he's seen Papa Bear in various stages of hungover.
Good.
And probably has like, let's learn from that mistake.
Well, a fun time was had by all.
You know what? It was a good night. We took him over to Buzz Bomb, got him a flight of beers, let him kind of try some different thing, different craft beers that he might like. Turns out, he is like his old man, and he likes the darker beers. He likes the heftier beers. And then took him over to a place called Curate, which is normally just a bunch of small plates. So we get some charcuterie and some escargot and a nice rum drink. And he was a big fan of the rum drink. And this kid, I love him. He put anything in front of him, he'd be like, I'll try it once. And it was some real good escargot, I'll tell you that. And then we went over to a place called Sky Lounge, which has surprisingly good sushi, and just got plates and plates and plates of sushi.
I want to eat all of this.
It was, well, you should have hopped a plane and come up for the celebration.
No excuses. No excuses.
Yeah. What else are you doing? Like working for a living, living in paradise?
Not spending $1,200. Dude, that's the thing. Like everybody's like, when are you gonna come back? I don't know.
I don't know. When I have $1,200 that I don't care about.
We're picking and choosing our battles right now, kids. Plus, I haven't even been here a year yet, so let's calm the fuck. Why don't you come here where the water is and the sun?
Yeah, that's our plan. Our plan really is to come down for Thanksgiving.
There you go.
I know we had talked about it a couple weeks ago. I think that's really the plan. We come down and visit for Thanksgiving.
Nice. We hope to have, well, probably won't, but we might not be here anymore. Once I get back from this thing I'm doing next week, we're gonna start doing a little house looking and seeing some stuff. Some
house looking?
House looking. That's what they say on the HGTV. You gotta go house looking.
That's honestly, now I want to get my realtor's license so I can have a show on HGTV where and it's called House Looking, and I just drive people around, other rednecks, and go, see that one? Nice house. That's out of your price range. Hold on, let me get down the street here.
Do a spinoff called Condo Sniffing.
And Trailer Good Nuffin.
Trailer Giving Up. It's a manufactured home. Manufactured by 3 guys who didn't give a fuck, apparently.
Have you seen...
Why is your ceiling in the lawn?
Because it's progressive.
It's not in my lawn. I don't have one. That's the neighbor's.
That's the neighbor's lawn, and we don't give a fuck about them. Have you seen, though, the houses on the outside? They look like Morton buildings, like the old metal siding machine sheds.
No.
You can do these houses. So from the outside, it's just like, what is that? A fancy machine shed? Because it is just like the metal corrugated siding. And then you go in, and it is these beautiful, like 2-level homes. You can do flats. You can do built like bedrooms. You can do whatever.
You can even have bedrooms.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. You can do like the second story can be like a flat where you just have like the sleeping area and a bathroom up there and maybe a work area, and then you got the common area with the kitchen and everything. Or you can do like a really big one and have them build the rooms and shit, and it's all like you can tell them, no, I want it to look like the inside of a really nice home, or I want it to look like, rustic log cabin look, and it costs absolutely nothing. It is so.
All I need is an indoor bouncy house and a fuck hut. That's all I want. Put the
and that's stop trying to sell me on a piss shed.
God damn it! I know you can have bedrooms, but Jesus Christ, look at what I wrote down.
Look at me. Look at me. You think I need a bedroom? I'm gonna sleep outside most of the time anyway.
Look at this fucking drawing I put on a napkin and build that. Thank you.
Sir, I don't know if the water slide. I said water slide. It's my one thing.
You're the architect, sir, for the last time. This is a Barnes & Noble.
What the hell am I doing in here? I can't even read.
The guy at the last Blockbuster told me to get the fuck out. You were next door.
Well, the fella at the Panera Bread said I wasn't allowed in there anymore because of the 500-yard rule.
I'm still looking for the fucking Circuit City.
It's some bullshit, because all I need is some fuses and a little robot that don't do jack shit.
What does your robot do? Nothing.
Nothing.
What? It whirls around and makes a noise. It's basically eye candy that costs $380 at the Sharper Image.
See, I don't want a little like disc Roomba. What I want is a little like robot with a tiny vacuum cleaner and he's wearing a bow tie. That just
That's not bad.
Just comes in and like, howdy, how we doing? Everything okay? And you can give him different voices if you want, like big Benedict Cumberbatch. And then some days he just comes in and gives you like sage advice in the voice of H. Whitney Brown.
H. Whitney, go over there and beat the shit out of my Alexa device, would you? Thank you. Bitch has been trying to sell me fucking AccuWeather with no ads in it for the last month and a half.
Hey, should I get to a topic or
whatever you think?
You know what? Give me just a moment.
Sure. What am I gonna do? Okay. Are we pausing?
Yeah, I'm in charge. Hey, I've got all the recording devices.
Seamless.
Indeed.
Every time I take a piss break, it's almost impossible. I keep trying to piss on the dog, but for a 12-year-old Chihuahua, he's spry. He don't like it.
He asked for it when I was there.
A different thing. You have to be invited. You can't just do it.
Right. That's what I'm saying. He asked me.
It's not like when we were kids. Kid, I have permission to touch your bush.
Full
that's
or
probably
not.
Good. That's probably a good thing. Now that I think about it.
That's probably
for
the
thing.
best.
Yeah, probably really for the best. Yeah.
Just a real funny, I don't know if it's real funny, but it made me giggle. We're ordering pizza for dinner because it's Friday. And hold on. Hold on.
Yeah. I'm trying to be supportive.
You dickhead. That made me giggle just calling you a dickhead.
You are the chuckle hut. Look at you go.
I know. I'm a giggle factory. So Nicole went to get on her phone to order from Antonio's Pizza.
Okay.
And the first thing that popped up, she entered A&T, and then it came up Antifa. And I was like, well,
which, by the way, their pizza sucks.
It does. Holy shit. You would think that it would be good, but I guess when you're associated with the Nazis once, it's just it's all sauerkraut and lederhosen and brown shirts. All right, so you want to get into
the sauerkraut, lederhosen, brown shirts just by themselves? That doesn't sound terrible. It could be a fun time.
It could be, but then you mix it all together and
it's just the genocide that kind of ruins the party.
Yeah, then the trains start running on time.
Word.
So
the
you want to hit
good at that too. All the Axis powers. Okay, so what do we got?
Today's topic?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to talk about 15 horrifying 80s cartoons that would never fly today.
Yeah, my kind of bullshit.
Yeah, I was inspired. I'm going to share screen with you.
Okay.
So if you guys want to follow along, check us out on Zig and Larry Ignore a Topic at YouTube. Because Frankenstein's Monster got a few hits, but Kill Your Heroes, not so much.
Not so much. This episode will come out like all episodes Monday morning, and on the YouTube, this exact same one will be visible Wednesday at 7:30 Central Standard Time.
Actually, it's 5:30 Central Time.
5:30 Central Standard Time.
All right, and Adam and Eve.
Something happens at 7:30. I think I have to take a pill. I'm not sure. Something happens.
Something happens. So this article is on. I just want to cite my sources. CBR.com. No idea what that is. And it was written by Hannah Collins and
for you, Hannah.
Published October 21st, 2017.
Hey, topical.
Yeah.
Well, that's from the 80s. I mean, like how?
Yeah.
It's fine.
So here we go. We're going to share.
Like much more research will have been done in the last 5 years.
Oh, look at that. That's exciting.
All righty. Let's see. How many of these am I going to know?
All right. How many
am I going to know?
Let's start with the Transformers.
What?
Okay. So these are actually, it's what I discovered. It's not so much 80s cartoons that would never fly. It's episodes
Okay, very good. Okay.
That of these cartoons that people would go, maybe not, maybe don't do so much cocaine before you pitch an episode, Derek.
Okay.
All right, so blah blah blah, Transformers, blah blah blah. Here's season 2 Sea Change. Sea Spray inexplicably transforms into Robo Aquaman after falling for a mermaid using a magical pool. Tell me that wasn't induced by cocaine.
I was like, what?
Nothing disturbing here so much as it's far too stupid to make it any iteration of the franchise. What definitely also wouldn't make the cut now and shouldn't have back then was the show's frequent racist stereotyping of Arab villains. One of whom ruled, quote, the Socialist Democratic Federated Republic of Karbamya. And that is what made Casey Kasem leave the show. Understandably.
Casey Kasem was Lebanese?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
my brother.
My brother-in-law is Lebanese.
I don't know why that. I could have said the same thing. Casey Kasem was Filipino. Yeah, sure.
Hey,
okay.
Speaking of Lebanese, thanks Kazakhstan for making us like the number 3 stand-up comedy podcast in Kazakhstan.
The Socialist Democratic Federated Republic. That's just, we don't need all of that. Of Karbamya.
Karbamya. Holy shit stains. Karbamya. All right. So that's we're starting light, right?
We're starting light with car bombs.
That's standard 80s bullshit. We need a bad guy. I don't know. Make him some type of Middle Eastern brown guy that uses a horrible voice. Is Hank Azaria available? He is not.
He'll do it.
He'll do it. But
He's actually right outside.
Let's get Casey Kasem. Casey said no. How about Derek, who pitched the show? Let's see what type of racist bullshit he can spout.
He's face down in a bowl of powder, and he's not getting up till Thursday. That actually brings up a good point, though. Like, for the longest time, any TV show or movie, the Russians were the bad guy. Then after 9/11, for a while, the brown people were bad guys. But now in like this day and age, it's got to be difficult to have bad guys. You got to make them like, that's why Marvel's doing so good. You make them like super bad guys or aliens, or you can't pick out one group of people to be the bad guy anymore. You know, there's got to be some places where America's the bad guy in like a bunch of their goddamn movies. I would assume that if UK is not using our accent for us to be their villains, they really missed the goddamn boat on that one.
Right. And I'm surprised they don't more often.
I mean, there's a yes.
God damn it.
I take it we've paused.
Yes. Oh, wait, maybe we haven't paused the show. I think I just paused the screen share.
For those of you who played the home game, Larry's fucking with technology incorrectly on 2 fronts.
Yay! Fuck it. Here we go.
Well, there's I forget my point now. Hold on. There's always, you watch like the BBC, like for some of the stuff, there will be an American character who's usually like just the buffoon. Like the loudmouth, but they're usually like generally okay. They're not typically the bad guy, but They're just like a loudmouth dipshit who, it's like, I'm going to get the job done, but I'm going to annoy everybody around me while I'm doing it. Bazoom! Or some bullshit.
Bazoom! Yeah. It's, yeah, thank you. Thank you, Transformers. I think I kind of remember that. All right, now we're going to go to the Smurfs.
Am I looking at a couple of Smurfs in this picture and they're just standing in a ring of fire?
No, those are children.
Oh, okay.
Episode featuring an antagonist known as the Christmas Stranger. which sounds as what's her face, the writer of this article. Let's go back up. Hannah Collins indicates, and she's not wrong. Sounds like the name of a holiday horror film. So Gargamel sold two orphans, and two orphaned homeless kids to the Christmas stranger. The man uses the children in a fiery, satanic-looking ritual that he hopes will open a portal to their final journey. The Smurfs show up and sing at him. They sing at him, Zig.
Sing the devil away.
Until he disappears, screaming in agony.
Screaming in agony.
The show has in general been criticized for its anti-Semitic characterization of Gargamel, while the gendered stereotyping of its token female character gave name to a recognized sexist trope, the Smurfette principle. Now, I did do a D+ effort here.
I've never heard of the Smurfette principle. But
the Smurfette principle is the practice in media, such as film and television, to include only one woman in an otherwise entirely male ensemble. It establishes a male-dominated narrative where the woman is the exception and exists only in reference to the men. So the new Jumanji movies, Avengers, Inception, the Twilight Saga,
90% of German pornography.
98%.
Speaking of which, I remember the Christmas Stranger. That was actually something you did in the 70s at a key party around the holidays. You just you tie and you blindfold your wife, and then whoever picks the right button out of the hat gets to go to the bedroom.
Yeah, yep, and everyone was happy because you got to unwrap a present.
I don't know if everyone was happy, but I mean,
well, only the people that mattered happy.
Enough drugs, enough martinis, whatever.
Speaking of enough drugs and enough martinis, I just skipped several words in my last sentence. All right, let's hit He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, and we're going to talk about Fisto.
Yeah. I used to have a Fisto. I had quite a few of the He-Man action figures when I was a kid, and it was only upon clearing out the basement one year, of all my old stuff, which I threw away stupidly. They probably worth some money now. I'm like, oh,
Fisto.
Yeah.
Yep. Let's see. And as we talked about on the last, which I got compliments for the joke, so I'm giving a shout out to my buddy Wally, who said he had to stop what he was doing and laugh when I called Skeletor a muscle daddy with a butter face. And because that's the thing, I used to do a bit and I kept trying to make it work, and maybe I'll try to bring it back now that I'm a slightly better writer, about how some of the villains in old cartoons really weren't as bad as we thought they were. For instance, Skeletor was giving disabled people, like Lockjaw, who had one arm and a false jaw, or Beastman, which, come on, that's pretty telling right there what Beastman's all about. But he was giving them jobs.
You're saying that Skeletor's a good guy because he was employing carny folk.
Yes, and Skeletor was just pissed because he used to be the baby doll of the club scene, and then here comes some muscled out bear with a page boy haircut and a penchant for fur underpants, and kicked him out of his role as the queen. And I think that some people just didn't take nice to that.
And they were all in bikini bottoms. Even Skeletor. Everybody was in bikini bottoms.
Everybody was wearing bikini bottoms. Fisto's Forest is the episode.
Sure.
Yeah. A brutish man with a giant armored hand and a big old beard. God.
Yep.
Yeah, there's Fisto right there.
He sure is.
is caught harassing young elf boys by shooting white sticky webbing at them.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah, somebody had to figure that out. Somebody was like, "Oh, Fisto has little spider buddy who's blasting little twinks."
Yeah. He his beard's a little too well coiffed, I think, for a
Yeah.
Fisto.
Yeah, this guy, he's not living in Fisto's forest. He's residing on Fire Island, is where this guy is.
And nobody had pant legs or sleeves,
No.
it seems. And they all had the exact same, the action figures all had the exact same body, just with a different head and paint job on them. They were all built the exact same. One guy had very specific kink when he was talking about the masters of his universe.
And then there was Ram Man.
Yeah. Fisto's companion or sometimes co-star. Oh God, number 12. Okay, so I used to love this show when I was a kid, but now that I'm adult, it's actually like somebody was talking to the guys at He-Man going, yeah, well, I can make my cartoon even gayer and right on the surface. I'm gonna give you a Thundercat.
Hey, have you guys heard of furries? You will.
Mm-hmm.
Thundercats was just an intro to furries, is what it is.
Yeah. So if you remember the lead character Lionel, he used to he had this little dagger and it had like little eye holes in it, and he used to look through it, and it got an erection, and then it became a big old sword.
Thundercats. Ho!
Correct.
Yep.
Yeah, Lionel's coming for you.
If you play your cards right.
Mm-hmm. So, do we have a specific episode, or are we just saying Thundercats in general?
Let's see. We're talking about the episode Garden of Delights.
Sure. Did Fisto show up?
Mumra, Fisto showed up and made Tigra his special friend. Mumra disguises himself as a creepy baby plant fairy to get Tigra hooked on a mind-altering fruit, which altogether so far sounds pretty rad.
A+.
It resulted in him hallucinating about flying and then plummeting to his death. Enslaved to the fruit. Which I'm assuming when you say enslaved to the fruit, you mean Fisto. He still agrees to turn on his friends and bring Mumra the Sword of Omens.
But he just died.
I think that was a hallucination.
Ah, very good.
On a general note, the Thundercats were also naked a lot.
Yeah, there was a whole lot. That was just there were several episodes where they just kissed with tongue, I think. And like that was the whole thing for 22
they were kissing.
minutes.
Well, I mean, they're cats, so they're just licking buttholes. And
yeah, it was 22 minutes of Panthro and Lion-O licking each other's butts, and then right after that it was Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom came on, and that's how you know the cartoons were over on the second.
Yep, they're just cleaning each other's scrums and grundles.
I'm gonna lick your sins away.
Okay. Scrappy Doo, we know, is a piece of shit. We're gonna skip that one.
Number 10 being My Little Pony. Yeah, let's just say everything. Like, is there a cartoon that you can't look at as an adult and go, I don't know about that?
Jesus Christ, what are we doing? What
Yeah.
are we even doing? Let's see. The 1984 TV special, the first ever My Little Pony cartoon, introduced the world to a group of adorable magical horses who were living in hoof-quaking fear of being enslaved by a giant satanic centaur called Tyrek and forced to pull his chariot of darkness. I had to pull a guy's chariot of darkness once, but that was only so he wouldn't give me the panhandle in Arizona.
It gave everybody the Christmas stranger.
The Chariot of Darkness does sound like the best metal band ever.
I was gonna say it seems like Megadeth's like 9th comeback album. It's like, what with Chariot of Darkness, they're just like pulling like they had this weird Scrabble bag. It's just like words like goblet, fire, chariot, darkness, skull, the Reaper. I don't know, just grab
Fisto.
3 and put Fisto. And just put of or the or inside in the middle of those 2 words, and then it's fine.
Beverly Hills Teens, which I am not familiar with.
I'm not familiar with that one either. How did I miss that?
But if you look at the picture here, you can see where we're going already.
So he's getting his. It's a boy. I think it's a boy. Wearing it's some manner of glasses, but instead of his pupils, he has hearts in them, indicating that he is currently in love. Directly behind him is a robot with one hand on his chest, like reaching around. I'm guessing the other hand is using him like a fucking Elmo doll.
All right, we can skip this one.
Okay, cool. Did I nail it?
Pretty much. Chester, the resident computer nerd of the gang, is embittered that he doesn't have a date for the spring fling dance. So the sexually frustrated teen genius builds himself what is essentially a robot sex slave. He even programs her for maximum devotion. This ethically questionable conceit should be reserved for John Hughes movies and sci-fi dystopias, not children's Saturday morning entertainment.
Yeah,
because, yes, that is weird science.
It's the movie Weird Science. Yeah.
This is really weird science. That is
that robot's giving him the finger right up the old.
Yeah, that's going right up the old. That's going right up Main Street.
Yeah, that's a prostate and a half.
Rude Dog and the Dweebs. I barely remember this.
I was gonna say that does sound familiar, but I don't recognize the picture. If you would show me the picture, I wouldn't have said Rude Dog and the Dweebs.
Here's the thing. This one is the tamest out of all of them and kind of lame. So I'm just because they said some like stupid shit. Hold on. What was one of the things? Slam your eyeballs against this. Didn't exactly endear you to the hero.
Was that his catchphrase?
I guess so.
Oh, that was something they said in every episode. Slam your eyeballs against this. No, Rude Dog.
Oh, this one.
What the fuck is this? I don't know. Just from the picture, I can see a couple of issues. This is
nearly every episode focused on harrowingly inappropriate themes like poverty, homelessness, and class war, packaged in cute animal form.
Nice.
So in the episode we're discussing, A Moving Experience, the dogs are in the middle of trying to stop Mr. Escrow from towing the mansion away. Because a rich guy dies, the dog inherits his dead master's home and lets a bunch of fucked up pooches move in.
I don't know if they're fucked up so much, but it does kind of look like, if you look at them, it looks like the dog equivalent of like a troop that just goes around the Quad City area and puts on drag bingo shows. Like that's what they do on the weekends.
I think that's actually the premise of the show.
Mm-hmm.
But they get a pregnant homeless dog named Irma that shows up, and they have to have the conversation of whether or not they can afford to feed more mouths. While Mr. Escrow is trying to tow the house away.
Why are you hooking up that Tonka truck to a fucking house? We're gonna tow it. What?
Here's something horribly inappropriate.
Oh, I just remembered this cartoon,
and
now it's sinking in that was a bad thing.
Look, all I'm gonna say is the Pawpaws are a horribly racist trope. Used all of the tropes about Native Americans. And as this is a great sentence. The show was actually an entire embarrassing collage of ignorance about global tribal cultures with igloos and wigwams thrown together in one big problematic melting pot.
Yeah.
Because they were like, no, they're Native Americans, but they're also adorable teddy bears, and they just play drums and dance around, and it's fine. It's for kids. But it's for awareness. Oh, no. Somebody got into the peyote.
And you sure as shit can't sell those as fucking toys, so get it off the air.
Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. Now, when I saw the name pop up, I was like, get fucked, Rescue Rangers. That show. And then I remembered these guys.
Oh.
Yeah, and they were the Siamese cats from Lady and the Tramp.
Didn't Don Knotts play both of these in a movie one time?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
And if you remember Lady and the Tramp, I think they've recently cut the scene where the Siamese cats sing, "We are Siamese, if you please. We are Siamese, if you don't
please. Yeah.
Ba-doom, boom, boom. I think that's enough of, well, no, it's not. No, it's not, because I got to remember this. They spoke in broken English. They had slanted eyes, and their costumes are offensive Eastern Asian stereotypes. They even owned an illegal casino and a laundromat.
God damn it.
Now, I thought this was 90s. Oh, no, late 80s, early 90s.
Okay, there you go.
Same time period.
Jesus Christ.
All right. This episode, I remember this episode. I remember watching it with my grandmother. And I remember being very upset and her being like, how did they let this be on children's television?
Okay.
Now, you remember the sailor G.I. Joe shipwreck?
Yeah, he saved the day once by throwing the last apple into the blob because they had cyanide in the seeds.
Yep.
I don't know why that means nothing to anyone, but yeah.
He wore his hat in a jaunty fashion. He had a denim shirt that was open down to his belly button. Had the ship tattoo on his burly chest. This guy was gayer than Christmas.
He was a village person.
Yeah.
And
I'm not saying gayer than Christmas in a bad way. And he had the perfectly trimmed mustache.
Gayer than Christmas, but straighter than the Christmas stranger.
I'm just saying, maybe he made me realize some things about myself at a young age. That's all I'm saying. Me and Grandma both watched the episode for the same reason. So in this one, let's see. As well as certain episodes of the largely innocuous series suddenly turned Cobra into masters of psychological warfare. In There's No Place Like Springfield, poor Shipwreck becomes unknowingly trapped in a simulated version of the future in which he has a wife and child he doesn't remember. Later, everyone around him suddenly melts, and his wife and kid try to murder him, forcing him to kill them while his quote-unquote home burns down around him.
Oh, that is bad. That just kind of sounds like half the stories I've heard from anybody under 30 that went to Coachella. Like, it's like, let me tell you what I saw. It's fucking weird.
It was fucking weird.
It's like everybody's dressed up like Burning Man, but with a little bit too much makeup, you know what I mean? And everybody's melting. I watched everybody melt. I killed my own family, but thankfully it was just drifters, but still. Am I thinking of the right thing?
Look,
Coachella. Or is that just a
look?
handbag?
I just saw a guy dressed as a sailor kill his melting family. Yeah, that sounds like every weekend from age 18 to question mark.
Delightful.
Jim and the Holograms.
That didn't objectify women at all, did it?
What we're talking about is the lyric from the song "Who Is He Kissing?" Who is he kissing? She wonders about her beau Ken. Is it me, or is he making love to a fantasy?
What?
So Jim. She had her
outrageous. She's truly
outrageous. She had her alter ego, and her alter ego had a boyfriend named Ken.
Was Jem Barbie?
No.
Okay. Did Ken have a penis?
No.
Okay.
But so her alter ego is I think the one singing about this. Yeah, so it's Jerica. Jerica is the alter ego of Jem, and she was.
Quit naming your kids stupid shit.
I swear to God, any of you name your kid Jerica, I'm finding you.
There's a handful of you. Blissfully, you're not going to listen to this, but
so yeah, it was when is he in love with me or in love with Jem? And so essentially, when he's kissing me, is he thinking about fucking my alter ego?
That's nice. Superman had the same problem with Lois for a while.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
The Inhumanoids.
I got nothing on the humanoids. That picture looks like it could sell some fucking toys, though.
Right? Let's see. A female scientist is horribly transformed into a drooling, skeletal-faced monster by an inhumanoid called Decompose. Or Decompose, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I guess it decompose.
Another of the inhumanoids also rises from the depths of the earth in a sequence that resembles the apocalyptic coming of Cthulhu.
Hey kids, you want some nightmares? Let's sprinkle them on. Sprinkle them on.
What are you doing on Saturday morning? Trying not to wake up your parents because they'll punch you in the face? Just eating dry Cheerios? Just watching whatever bullshit's on before Spider-Man and his amazing friends and then the Incredible Hulk? Anyway, nightmares.
Yeah, just handfuls of honey nuts in your mouth while you're watching racist bears dance around to like drum beats, a whole bunch of homoerotic pornography, and then this just to squeeze the rest of your soul out into the shag carpet. That's just all you need. And you were fine though. You're like, yeah, this is good entertainment. This makes sense.
This is good enough.
Mm-hmm.
And the number one is the Care Bears.
I've always had a problem with the Care Bears for several reasons.
First and foremost, I don't remember this bear.
It's just shit. I don't know.
That's my boy Grumpy.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's Champ right there.
Yeah.
This one's Touch of Sweetness, I think is that one's name.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
No, it's Touch My Sweetness.
Yeah, Touch My Sweetness. And this one, is that Punk Rock Bear?
That's I think his name was just Bowie.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. If you'll notice, we have, if you're watching at home, we have a glowing outline of a girl. Some dude, I don't know, he's somewhere between the age of 13 and 42 with mutton chops.
It looks like he's just kind of watching her being transported up to the starship.
And they look like they're moaning.
They're holding hands and singing, I'm guessing, a dirge while Bowie is just heading there and he forgot the words. I'm not sure what he needs.
Yeah, he looks very confused. That's what happens when you're on that many drugs. Let's see. So juxtaposed with overly sour villains, there's no more exemplified than in Care Bears movie 2, in which the era's irrational fear of satanic murder cults manifested in a storyline that saw a little girl sell her soul to a shape-shifting demon called Darkheart to get better at sports. The Care Bears confront the demon, leading to Darkheart accidentally murdering the girl. Viewers were then treated to the bears clutching her corpse and begging them to help will her back to life.
Oh, God. That's like when you clap for Tinkerbell at the end of the fucking play, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Only you're looking at a screen. So there's got to be some place, even in the kids' brain, going, it won't help. It's TV. She's dead.
It's pre-recorded.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know anytime I've ever been to Peter Pan, the stage production, they're like, clap for Tinkerbell. I'm like, let that bitch die.
Everybody shut the fuck up. I want to see if they'll do it. I want to see if they'll let her fucking die.
Right? Just kicking kids. You shut up. You don't you fucking clap. I want to see if there's an alternate ending.
Stand out in front with just 20s. Like, maybe $20 you do not clap for that bitch. I want to see them sweat. I want to.
Please Please, let's.
Sir, are you dropping about $1,000 just to watch a community theater production fail? Yes,
$1,400, and yes, I am.
and that's what I'm into. Absolutely.
Yeah, this is my kink. Don't you shame me.
Why? Because I grew up watching bullshit like the Care Bears with fucking Mumra. I am fucked up in the head.
Because Fisto never was my Christmas stranger.
I mean, you could look at anything. I don't know what new cartoons are, but I really hope that like in like let's say 40-45 years, we can look back on like the current iteration of like Sesame Street. And now Sesame Street is like really soft. Fucking Cookie Monster eats goddamn vegetables and fruits. Oscar lives in a fucking recycling bin. They got a handful of autistic kids on the street. And I just want to, like, they do, like, at least one. And I just want to go back and like see in 40 years when like, well, this is why this was fucked up. Like, yeah,
right.
I know.
Yeah, I can't wait to see
what's gonna happen.
We think we're so superior now, but I want to see what's fucked up in the future.
But it's just that's the moving forward of society. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, if we were to find a genie,
progress.
That would be our first wish. Show us what's not acceptable. So you know, show us what. And really, that's your first wish. Yeah. Just got to know if I'm right.
Yeah, the problem with PBS shows for kids back in like the 2020s was that nobody was objecting sexuals. There was no guys who were like fucking fruit and shoes, and that's just them. They don't hurt anybody. That's how they were born. Like fuck, they have a leg to stand on. God damn it.
So that was a brief glimpse into some bullshit.
Mm-hmm. What about the cartoons I knew were trying to fuck people up? Ren and Stimpy.
Oh, that doesn't count. They were trying.
Yeah.
The Angry Beavers.
Got nothing on that.
Beavis and Butthead.
Beavis and Butthead was terrible, but I will watch the movie that's coming out. Mike Judge is doing like a Where Are They Now thing with Beavis and Butthead. They're both like our age.
Beautiful. I think there's some type of.
I think it's a movie.
Some type of reboot of Daria coming too.
Tell me she's just like 50 and still single. I just spouting one-liners out while she's like the night manager at a fucking yarn barn or something.
Oh my god, I hope so.
Same glasses, same haircut.
Same jacket, combat boots. Just smoking cloves.
She can only get off if she's punched in the face while getting it from behind.
No. She can only get off if she's punching them in the face while giving it from behind.
Ebbs and flows.
Ebbs and flows. Yeah. I don't know, man. Probably let Daria peg me.
No.
By the way, watch the first few episodes. We've been savoring The Kids in the Hall.
Yep, I just finished it last night. Very too much.
And Apocalypse DJ.
Yep. Pretty goddamn good. I'm so happy that was a runner. So happy that was a runner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he sells that.
Yeah,
the whole joke is with his eyes. So good.
It's just the close-ups on Foley. Just him holding the coffee pot. And then when the lights, even though the record has been skipping for God knows how long, it's when the lights flicker that he's like, click. That was Melanie with, I've got a new pair of roller skates, and I hear a rumor that you've got the brand new key. All right.
That was inspired. I was a big fan of that.
It was funny, but also made just like your spine go, oh, which is what they do best.
I know. I loved it. It's like I could watch those, and I would say probably, and I have no way of like knowing this, but I could accurately guess who wrote it, or at least who's the head writer of it. Because like you know, Bruce McCullough's doing the weird fucking like, I'm not crazy, I just lost my glasses, and he always casts himself as the lead. But like I love the fact that Foley for that is like, he never lets you off the hook. It's spectacular. Like there is no end to it. He doesn't die, which is basically the only way you go with it. They don't bring somebody else into the sketch. It's just like blackout. And then he pops back up, and in my brain, I'm like, yes, please don't let me off the hook. Please just drag
Please
this
keep
weird
me
shit out.
You're stuck in a Kevin McDonald sketch.
Yep.
I'm Dave Foley. You know I can't do a Southern accent.
Let's improvise. You son of a bitch.
God. I saw an interview. I think it was on the Tonight Show. I think it was Jimmy Fallon. Because it just popped up in my YouTube feed. And so Scott, Dave, Kevin, Bruce,
Mike.
It's not
Tim?
Mike.
Tim.
Not Tim.
Tim Mike.
Oh, Nicole's gonna scream. Because I love him. I really do love this guy.
Matt McKinney.
Yes. Thank you. He was, I guess, when they were doing their stage show, and Lorne Michaels came to watch. It was like a 3-hour show, because they would do like an hour and a half of sketches, and then they would do like an hour and a half of improv, but they would take an intermission, and McKinney comes running out and he's like, Lauren, thanks for coming. So that's the end of the scripted stuff. We're gonna do improv. You want to stick around? And Lauren goes, no, I think I'd rather take a bullet. And it's like, yeah. And what I love is anyone that's worked with Saturday Night Live has a Lorne Michaels impression.
Oh, I'm sure. Everybody's got an impression of their boss.
I'm just making sure that I get every Mark McKinney.
Damn it, you're right.
And I love Mark McKinney. I love Mark McKinney. But yeah.
Giving myself a pass. I've never met the guys. Yeah.
Yeah, well, Nicole has. She's a
yeah.
So how long before we get the state reunion, and not over Zoom? Because we paid for the Zoom show and it was fantastic.
Yeah, dude, I would want it right now.
Yeah,
and Reno 911 is great, but it doesn't count for me.
No. I the state was so, because the kids in the hall are like the youngest boomers, and the state were like slightly, they were like the big brothers and sisters of the
Aren't they all roughly the same age? I would say they're all right around 60, no? I think they're all like late 50s, early 60s. I could be wrong, like both casts. It's not important, and it's not worth it. It's all right, everybody's looking it up. If you haven't heard the show off yet, I'd say go for it.
Well, hold on. This should have been the end of the show a while ago.
Yeah. You want to just trail this one off?
We could.
Like slowly.
I mean, we could just
further away.
Good.
The best part's about hanging out with these guys. God damn it, son of a bitch, motherfucker.